Welcome to the Bold North Breakdown here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Glen Ritter. Looking forward to a great show for you all tonight. Got a lot of great things to talk about in Minnesota sports. We've got, the Twins had a 13-game win streak come to an end this past week. I want to talk about that, see how they've been performing. Minnesota Frost are in the Walter Cup Finals, playing right now against the Ottawa Charge. They are down 1-0 in the series. They lost game one on Tuesday night in overtime. We'll talk a little bit about that game, obviously. Let's see. Also, main thing, right? We got to talk about the Wolves. Timberwolves are going to be a big topic of discussion tonight's show. I'm going to go through a lot and talk a lot about the game one loss to the Oklahoma City Thunder, kind of some of my thoughts as to why and what they need to do to take game two tonight. You know, they're going to be tipping off probably about 45 minutes from now, and I'm really anxious, excited, nervous to see how tonight's game goes after the shellacking that they took on Tuesday night. So I'm going to chat about that, and then got a special little treat tonight as well. We're going to do a little bit of a St. Paul Saints spotlight. My son, regularly goes to their games, and we're going to chat a little bit about a couple of their players that he's gotten to know a little bit and is taking some photos of, and we just got called up to play for the Twins. So, really exciting show. We'll be back here in a bit. So stick around. Make sure you jump in, throw in some comments there. And we'll chat. I want to answer all your questions during tonight's show. So stick around. We'll be right back. You're watching the Bold North Breakdown here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
IE Sports Radio fans, this show is brought to you by Planet Jerky Premium Brisket Beef Jerky. Planet Jerky is the official jerky of the 2022 California League champion Lake Elsinore Storm, Single A affiliate of the San Diego Padres. This all brisket jerky has gluten-free options, contains no MSG, no sodium nitrate, is low in sugar, and high in protein. Go to their website at planetjerky.net and follow them on Instagram at Planet Jerky. Planet Jerky, the jerky that's on a whole other planet.
Rise and shine. It's 4 a.m. The stars are still out. The sun is beneath the horizon, but it's time to punch in and go to work. The comfort of your warm-ups turns into the grinding out of your reps as the clinking and the clinking of the plates create a symphony of euphoria. There's no other feeling like it. Earn it, burn it, and take what's yours. IE Sports Radio has proudly partnered with Vital Apparel, a brand that not only fits great, but also promotes and donates to mental health research. Use our code IESR to get 15% off their comfortable and inspiring gym wear and help them on their amazing journey to support mental health. Go hard, take part in your iron therapy, and be strong. Because when your mental health is as strong as you are, there's no telling how far you'll go.
Hey there, IE Sports Radio fans. Be sure to check out our sponsor, Seal the Deal Wax Seals by Cecilia B. You just finished your very own wedding or baby shower invitations and you're looking for that extra special touch? Maybe you just wrote a letter to a relative or a friend and you want to add to their smile when they receive it. Then seal the deal with Cecilia's handmade sealing wax stamps for your invitations, letters, and gifts. You bring the deal, we'll bring the seal. You can find them on Instagram at sealthedeal_wax stamps and on Facebook, Seal the Deal Wax Seals.
For the last 10 years, IE Sports Radio has been bringing you amazing content ranging from interviewing legendary athletes, coaches, and other authorized media personnel to building tailor-made shows dedicated to all major sports cities around the country. Make sure to follow us at IE Sports Radio on X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube to keep up with the latest in sports and with all of our shows. Also, make sure to check out our daily updated website at iesportsradio.com. At iesportsradio.com, you can see our daily show schedule and check out all of our show pages with personal bios to learn a little bit more about each of our awesome hosts. In addition to our show pages, you can catch the iSports Radio blog, Hall of Fame, Fans of the Month page, and our merchandise shop including t-shirts, tank tops, caps, long sleeves, hoodies, and more. For now over a decade here at IE Sports Radio, we've continued to be by the fans, for the fans, and we thank you all for your support and for making IE Sports Radio your direct feed for all that is sports.
All right. Welcome back to the Bold North Breakdown here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Before I get into this too much further, just want to make sure everybody knows this is my 20th episode, which is just crazy because I never thought I would ever do this. And talked with Larry B right around right around Christmas, New Year's, somewhere right in there. He saw me tweeting about the Vikings games and talked to me about this and wrote me in, and now I'm here, part of the IE Sports Radio group. So first of all, again, it's just a blessing to be here. So thanks for tuning in, everybody that's online. Hopefully you're checking it out on our YouTube channel. Make sure you check out and like and become a subscriber there, please. We do have a lot of great shows. We've got a lot of great things coming up. We've got over 30 shows all across the country, and lots of things to lots of ways to take in all of this, and it's all through either that YouTube page, so IE Sports Radio on YouTube. Go to iesportsradio.com. You can see all the information about our shows there. If you want to follow me on Twitter or X, there's my X handle. for the Bold North breakdown. So it's Bold North _ IESR, or my personal Twitter account is Gritter13. So be sure to follow me there. I always try to give my input a lot on Minnesota sports and things that are happening throughout the year. So yeah, make sure you tune in, and please take care of our sponsors. Without them, they help keep the lights on. So Planet Jerky Premium Brisket Beef Jerky. If you've watched one of my shows, you've heard me talk about how awesome that product is. I cannot have enough of that in my house. I have to always have a couple of bags in our little pantry, a couple of bags in my office, in my desk at work, because it is absolutely fantastic. So please be sure to help them out. Vital Apparel, again, doing a great job as well. Great workout gear. And then a percentage of their proceeds goes towards helping mental health. So great cause, huge thing there. Cecilia B's Wax Seals. We all know this is the time of the year where you've got all kinds of things coming up over the summer. Weddings, anniversaries, baby showers, graduation parties. My daughter just graduated from college last weekend. Can't believe. Yeah. Well, actually, I got to do the math on it. It's actually been a week and a half now. I actually did a show last week after she graduated. So she graduated May 10th. So kind of crazy that it's been almost 2 weeks now that since she's graduated with an elementary education major from Minnesota State Mankato. So anyway, again, if you're doing any kind of wax seal or any kind of invitation where you just want to make it a little bit special, check out Cecilia B's wax seals, wax stamps. And then again, make sure you follow our station here too. So, and again, you can find me at Bold North _ IESR and or Gritter13 on X. So come follow me, check me out. Check out my pages. I always like to throw out my opinion on occasion based on what's going on with our local sports teams. But because I'm a huge sports nut anyway, which is part of the reason why I'm on here. So, but let's actually, before I get into the Timberwolves Thunder game from Tuesday night, because I do have a lot of stuff I want to talk about. But first, I really want to just give a shout out to all of the people joining in tonight. We got Brian Fraccioni from the Beantown Sports Pound. So he covers everything Boston area sports. So it's your Celtics, Bruins, lacrosse. I know there's a lacrosse team around there. The Boston hockey team. He covers all of that stuff. So again, check out his show. Anyway, he does a great job. We also have Ralph Calise joining. Hi, Ralph. Thanks for tuning in. I will do my best to have a great show. Ralph is the host of the Yinzer Report, which is everything Pittsburgh related in that area. So he covers the Penguins, Steelers, Pirates, all of those guys. And then we also have Jess tuning in. Jess is the host of our soccer show called Shin Pads and Shenanigans, Saturday mornings, 10 o'clock Mountain Time. So 11 o'clock if you're here in Midwest, Central Time Zone like me. Check out her show as well. She's fairly new to the station, but does a fantastic job just breaking things down. And she was actually on my show just recently talking about the Minnesota United team. So again, thanks for tuning in. And as we're moving into talking about the Timberwolves, again, Ralph, thanks for that comment. Oh, it went away. I didn't want that to go away. I hope that the Wolves respond tonight. I really do, because as I've said throughout all of my 20 episodes, whenever I'm talking about the Wolves, they are the team that can beat any other NBA team on any given night, but they can also lose to any team on any given night. And I hope that they bounce back because as we're getting into the series, it was a rough game one, but it didn't start out that way. The first half, the Timberwolves actually played pretty well. They had a 48-44 lead at half. However, they should have had a 15-point lead at halftime, simply because they were careless with the ball. They had a bunch of turnovers. Of the 44 points that the Thunder scored, all of them were either off of turnovers or free throws. Nothing came in the half-court offense. They were playing really good half-court defense against the Thunder. They were really shutting down SGA. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was, I think, in the first half he was, I want to say, I think he was like 2 of 13 from the field. So it was, they were doing a really good job with him defensively. Second half, boy, was it ugly. There were so many just miscues. It's really frustrating because when I think back to the series that they won and the way that they played against both the Lakers and the Warriors, they came out on top. They won each of those series in 5 games, but they weren't really playing their best. Outside of game 1 against the Lakers, when they hit 50% of their threes, they were just knocking down shots. They were playing lights out basketball, just playing in rhythm, and just completely blew out the Lakers. Since that game, the offense has looked just out of sync. The shooting has fallen apart. Last night, let's go through all the miscues. Too many turnovers. They were 15 of 51 from the 3-point line in the last game. Randall had a great first half. He scored 20 points in the first half. 5 of 6 from 3. Outside of Randall, though, nobody else could shoot the ball. All of the bench guys, the Naz Reid, Dante DiVincenzo, and Nickeil Alexander-Walker, 3 key bench players. They are the only really 3 bench players that the Timberwolves give any minutes to. And I don't have the exact numbers, but they were awful from the 3-point line. So you just can't shoot 29% from 3 when you're putting up 50 of them and expect to win. So, and the other thing that was tough was like just the number of times that the Timberwolves fouled Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Of the 22 fouls committed by the Timberwolves during that game, 12 were drawn by SGA. Now, I know everybody probably follows all of the national media and some of the sites about the way he plays and the way he's able to draw fouls. He's a great player, but it is so annoying to watch him create a little bit of contact and then flop and get the foul call, because this is playoff basketball, right? Every other series has been they've allowed the players to be physical, and nothing was physical in game 1 in that respect. Heck, they even called a foul on the Timberwolves that was challenged just because SGA fell down on a drive to the hoop. It's just ridiculous. I mean, those kinds of things, just it's so disappointing to see happen, because again, they're so quick with the whistle that, again, it's not the only reason that the Timberwolves lost, but when all of your good defenders are getting in foul trouble and then you can't have the same rotation, that does impact kind of the flow of the game for the Wolves, because their defense typically feeds their offense, and when their offense is struggling, then their defense struggles as well, and they're just again, they're discombobulated on the offensive end, then they're going to be that way on the defensive end. And that came through in the second half. They got outscored by 70-40 in the second half. It was just a rough first half. So that leads me to think, okay, well, let's talk about what are the keys to victory for the Timberwolves, right? They want to come out and win. They want to show that they belong here in the Western Conference Finals. Number one, they got to attack the paint right from the jump. They can't be settling for any outside shots. They have to go in and attack the paint and make the referees decide, are they going to let this game be physical or not? Because if it's not going to be physical, well, fine. Then guys like Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle will be spending a lot of time at the free throw line too. If they're going to let them be physical, well, that's good too, because the Wolves, enjoy playing that physical style of ball. Now the Thunder do as well. I mean, the guy Alex Caruso, a really tough defensive player, man. He has really impressed me. Going back to Game 7 against Denver, where he was guarding Jokic in the post, with giving up at least 6 inches and about 100 pounds to Jokic, and he was really determined. And then he hit some threes as well too. So he can play on both ends of the court. He's not going to be your superstar player, but man, when you've got a dog like that, a bulldog that just will get in there and play tough, that's good. But like I said, we got to start by making the refs decide how closely are they going to call this game, because I think the two previous series for the Timberwolves, they were allowing them to play fairly physical. I think even the Denver Thunder series was a pretty physical series as well, which is probably part of the reason it went to 7 games. But yeah, anyway, so if they're allowing things to be physical, then it'll be, I think it would bode well for the Timberwolves. Another thing they got to do though is they got to just take care of the ball. I mean, 19 turnovers was just ridiculous. They really have to think about how the Thunder defense is attacking Randle and Edwards, because as soon as either of them got the ball on Tuesday night, they were double teaming them right away, forcing them to kick the ball out. And a lot of times what happened was those guys would get the ball and start dribbling to try and work their way in closer to the basket. And then the double team comes, they swipe at the ball, they get the turnover, and boom, they go the other way. If they're going to get the ball in the paint, it has to be on the move. It can't be through dribbling, because they're not going to be able to dribble past all 5 people, because the Thunder are a fairly long athletic team, and they are fast. They can just cover a lot of ground. So they have to be quick and decisive with their passes, move the ball around. The ball is going to move faster than anybody's feet can. And that's how you can attack the paint. And that's what they have to do, I think, in order to, in my opinion, in order to win. They got to get into the paint. They got to try and draw fouls. They got to try to, play in rhythm and hit the open jumpers, right? Going back to Game 1 again of the Lakers series, hit 50% of their threes. They were playing in a rhythm and hitting those jumpers. So I think when the team gives you those open jump shots, because 30 of the 51 3-pointers that they took were wide open, which meant that there was at least 6 feet between the player and the next defender when they caught the ball or when they shot the ball. So if you're getting that many open shots, you've got to be able to catch and shoot, get your feet set and drill those shots and not worry about the defense coming. So I think that's going to be a huge key as well. And the other one, again, defend SGA like they did in the first half of game one, right? He was 2 of 13 from the field in the first half. He did draw a number of fouls in the first half though too, which is kind of where the referees set that tone as far as what was going to be a foul call for the evening. But so in that respect, if they're going to be fairly loose with a whistle, you got to do that on the other end of the court too. You can't go down, see that everybody's packing around the paint and just chuck up threes. Because if you miss, they get the rebound, boom, they're going the other direction, and they're going to be outrunning. So not a great way to start out the game. So definitely have to attack the paint, take care of the ball, and then play some solid defense along with that. So those are my keys to them winning the game. So we'll see how that all plays out tonight. Hopefully, about 15 minutes they'll be tipping off. I know it says 7:30, but and it's 7:27 right now. But yeah, I don't see them starting the game right on time. They haven't all season. So anyway, but we're going to take a quick break. We'll come right back. You're watching the Bold North Breakdown here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
What's up, New York? This is Ricky K coming at you at the NY State of Sports, a new show here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Listen to me every Thursday afternoon as we bring you the latest takes on the Yankees, Mets, Jets, Giants, Knicks, Nets, Rangers, Devils, and Islanders. Plus, you get some college hoops and what's the local sports events going on in the area. It's a state that never sleeps, so why not get the opinions and sports takes that never sleep? Again, every Thursday, 2 p.m. to the NY State of Sports. We'll see you then.
Hockey fans, I'm Adam Kernick.
And I'm Zach Puplis.
Together, we are the newest version of Hockey Talk on IE Sports Radio, The Neutral Zone.
Zone.
We love hockey, but we also know it's not everyone's first sport. So we want to make this show as much for new fans as for the diehards.
Whether you can name all the Swedes on the 08 Red Wings Stanley Cup team, or if you can't tell if Varlamov is a goalie or the latest trendy vodka, we're here to help. With facts, figures, and outrageous fans, we bring you all the hard-hitting hockey news you can handle, while still keeping it fun and on the rails. Well, mostly.
So tune in every week as we go around the hockey world, from college to Canada, the minors and the majors, and everywhere in between.
So bring your cellies.
And your one-timers.
You wicked wristas.
And be sure to protect your five-hole.
Catch the Neutral Zone every week on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
We promise not to pick on the Arizona Coyotes every episode.
All right, welcome back to the Bold North Breakdown here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Be sure to check out those guys' shows, The Neutral Zone and New York State of Mind with Ricky K and Adam Karnick and Zach Puplis with The Neutral Zone. Great shows. especially as we're into the Stanley Cup semifinals or the conference finals. I know that they've got a lot of great stuff that they're talking about, and same thing with New York State of Mind. You got the Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals, having that tough loss last night against the Indiana Pacers. But so check out those shows. I'm sure they'll have a lot of great discussions about what's going on in that world. So, but for me, let's talk a little bit about the Twins. Twins, for those of you that watch regularly, know that I really have a disdain for the ownership group of the Minnesota Twins. But the Twins were my very first team that I followed as a little kid watching baseball with my dad. I won't go through all of the things I remember, but it was I loved it. I loved watching the Twins. I loved playing baseball, and mainly because I think I'm a fairly short guy, but I love sports. So that to me was like, okay, well, you don't have to be the biggest guy in the world to be successful playing baseball. So again, always loved them. Loved Kirby Puckett. The '87 Twins and the '91 Twins. Watching the Twins win the World Series was fantastic. But over the last, I'd say probably 20 years, the ownership group, the Pohlads, while Carl Pohlad did win, was the owner and led the team to those 87 and 91 World Series championships. After that, things just weren't the same. Became cheap and stuff like that. Anyway, I digress. Let's talk about the positive stuff with the Twins. So first of all, they did have a 13-game winning streak, the longest winning streak in Major League Baseball this year. And as I think about it, I'm like, how in the heck did they win 13 games in a row? But they did. They've got solid pitching. The top three starters that they have, and actually top four now, between Pablo Lopez, Joe Ryan, Bailey Ober, those three really solid starters. Number 4 has been Chris Paddock, and he's actually been fairly solid the last few weeks. Beginning of the season was not very good. And then the fifth starter for a while was Simeon Woods Richardson, young guy that the Twins had received in the trade with Toronto, trading Jose Barrios to Toronto a few years ago. He spent a couple of years in the minors and had a pretty solid spring training. But this year he's just kind of struggled. So he got sent down, and they've recently brought up Zebby Matthews, who was actually pitching in the game when the streak was snapped. So he had a rough start against Milwaukee last Sunday, and they ended up losing, I think, 5-1. He went 3 innings and gave up, I think, 3 or 4 runs, something like that. And I think it was 4 runs. It had to have been 4 runs because I think his ERA is sitting at 12 right now. So that's, according to my math, that's what it would be. Anyway, so they have had some really good pitching over the season. The bullpen has been playing pretty well too. I don't have their exact numbers, but when you've got guys like Griffin Jackson, Johan Duran at the end of the bullpen to take care of the 8th and 9th, if you can get 6 solid innings out of your starters, and then have whoever pick up the 7th and have those 2 run the 8th and 9th, you're going to be in pretty good shape if you've got the lead. They've also had some good timely hitting as well. So during that stretch, there was a number of guys that got hurt. Luke Keeschel was injured with a broken arm. They traded with Philadelphia for Cody Clemens, who is the 29-year-old son of Roger Clemens. Kind of bounced around a lot. I think he spent some time in Detroit, some time with Philly. They were going to DFA him, so designate him for assignment. And knowing that the Twins needed a utility guy, they said, hey, we'll give you some cash for him. So they paid him a little bit of cash, and he's gotten a good run with the Twins. He's been able to play some first base, some second base, left field, right field. I think some at third as well. Left-handed bat. He's had a couple of homers. I think his OPS is over 1,000, which is a crazy number. So he's bounced around a lot, but he's in a hot streak right now. So I don't think it's not something the Twins are going to be able to depend on all season long, but we'll take it when we can get it. And he's got some good left-handed power. I think he had 3 home runs with the Twins so far this season. And like I said, has been playing really well and has been a pretty solid fielder as well too. So definitely not somebody that is just a hitter only. He can come in and do a lot there. So let's see here. Looking at his 1,071 is his OPS and hitting 350 with the Twins. 318. Yeah, 318 average, 388 on base percentage, 682. So 3 homers, a triple, 5 doubles. He's smacking the ball around. So definitely looking forward to seeing him play some more. After this series with Cleveland, then Jen from the show The Land, her Cleveland Guardians came into town this week to play a 3-game series, which the weather did not cooperate. So they were supposed to be playing Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of this week. Let's see, it got rained out. It started the game on Monday. Had to suspend it after 3 innings. They were going to start play that one the next day on Tuesday before the regularly scheduled game. So I think they were going to start that at like 3:10. Rained all day here. So Tuesday was out. No games played at all. They moved that suspended game to Wednesday. Excuse me. They got that win 6-5, I think in extra innings. Played really well. That was a game Bailey Ober started and was pitching pretty well before the rain kicked up. And so then he could only go those 3 innings. Anyway, I think it was it might have been even a walk-off hit by Cody Clemens for that in that finishing up that first game. Then they played their regularly scheduled game on Wednesday night, which Cleveland won. So ended up splitting the series, 1 game win apiece. But also in the third game that got postponed, the Tuesday night game, that one's going to be made up on September 20th when they come back to Minnesota as part of a doubleheader, I believe. One thing that has been a little bit of an issue with the Twins over the years has been injuries. This year has been no exception. It all started in spring training. Royce Lewis pulling a hamstring. He's back now, which is good. He still hasn't gotten his rhythm. He's still struggling a little bit at the plate, but has looked pretty solid defensively. I don't think he's moving all that well. I don't know if he's kind of favoring that hamstring so it doesn't get the strain doesn't happen again. But we also had a collision in the short center field with Correa and Buxton, both going for a pop-up. Correa running out towards center field, Buxton running in from center field towards second base, shortstop area, and Buxton catches the ball, but collides with Correa right after that. Hangs onto the ball, so they get the out, but both of them went down. Correa immediately left the game. Went into concussion protocol. Buxton stayed around for 1 more inning, and then he left the game. Both ended up on the 7-day injured list for concussion protocol, which Correa is eligible to come off tomorrow, Friday. And it sounds like he will. So that's good. So he's going to be returning soon. Hopefully he's going to be able to step up right where he left off because he was swinging the bat pretty well before he got injured. Buxton is still going to be delayed. He has had a couple of concussions earlier on in his playing career, And so he's still feeling some of the effects. And so he has not cleared concussion protocol, which they have to go through with Major League Baseball before they can be activated. So, which is too bad, because Buxton is one of those guys that's always been one of the most talented players on the team, but could never stay healthy. So hopefully, keep our fingers crossed that he'll be able to come back soon and swing the bat as well as he had been this year, because he had been leading the team in homers, RBIs, and had a pretty good batting average, getting on base, stealing bases, playing Gold Glove defense in center field. But again, concussions are kind of a tricky thing. One other player that's going to be coming back from injury as well is Matt Wallner, who was started out the season as the leadoff hitter for the Twins. Really big guy. He's like 6'3", 210, whatever. Big left-handed bat, cannon for an arm. Usually plays one of the corner outfielder positions, or sometimes some DH. He also had a strained hamstring. He's on a rehab assignment with the Saints right now. And he'll be looks like he'll be coming back and activated up here pretty soon, as long as his rehab with the Saints continues to go well. So looking forward to seeing kind of how things play out for the rest of the season with the Twins. They're right now sitting in second place in the division, tied with the Royals. So I think percentage points ahead of them, and only a half game up on Cleveland. And Cleveland's playing tonight. So, and the Twins are not. So they could be, all three could be tied again after tonight. But again, we'll see how that goes. Long season, but we'll see where things end up here in the near future with the Twins. So we're going to take another quick little break. We'll be right back here on the Bold North Breakdown here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
How we doing, sports fans? This is Christian Harvey, your host of Gritsville, USA, your go-to show for all things Detroit and Michigan here on IE Sports Radio. Whether you're here for Gritty Lions talk, getting pumped up for the great Detroit sports renaissance, or hating on your neighbor depending on if they were green or blue, we got you covered. Whether you're in the East, West, or Central, we got you covered. Join me as we tackle through all that the great state of Michigan has to offer in the world of sports. Catch me, Christian Harvey, each week on Gritsville, USA, right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Hey sports fans, do you like wine? Well, we've got the show for you. This is Let's Wine About Sports, a show where we talk about wine and sports simultaneously. From the classic Cabernet Sauvignon all the way down to the grapes that you've never even heard of before. Oh yeah, we cover it all. And we'll talk about a little bit of sports as well. Football, hockey, collegiate, women's sports, it doesn't matter. We're going to talk about it all, and we're going to whine about it all. So join me Monday at 8 p.m. on IU Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
All right. Welcome back to the Bold North Breakdown here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. As you can see, I've got a little guest here with me. This is my son, Noah, joining as well. So one thing I wanted to do, and I've been talking about doing for a while, is a little Saints spotlight because Noah is doing some sports photography work, and he has gotten a season pass, a media pass, to go to St. Paul Saints games this year. So he's gotten a lot of photos, and including in this group is we're going to show you a picture here. This is one of the photos he's taken at one of the games. And Noah, which player is this?
So this is Ryan Fitzgerald, one of the most recent Twins call-ups. That's him. I can't remember who he played here, but that was a base hit, like right up the middle. Really cool timing. He's about to barrel it up. So
yeah, really
cool picture that I got.
Yeah, and he's what, 30 years old?
Yeah, so he's 30 years old. His story's been pretty interesting. And it's really cool of how I kind of got to see him prior to him coming to the Saints. He started his career in independent league as he was undrafted. First hit in independent league was against the Saints when the Saints were an independent league team. Picked up by the Red Sox organization, spent 6 years over there. And last year was signed by the Royals organization, which I saw him come to CHS Field with Omaha Storm Chasers, make a nice play, and made it into one of my posts from a year ago. So it's really cool that I saw that we signed him as a minor league free agent. We got in contact. We follow each other on Instagram. He's used my pictures and stuff. Really cool opportunity to get to know this guy. And the Twins called him up, and really cool. He's turning 31 next month. So a very, very long journey for him. And it's been pretty cool to see.
Long road to the show, definitely. Well, that's so cool. And he's a shortstop?
He's a shortstop, yes.
Okay.
Middle infielder, yeah.
Cool. So you can play anywhere on the middle infield?
Pretty much, yeah. When Correa went down with the concussion, I was like...
Okay, that's when he got called up?
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's really cool. So you were able to connect with them that way. Thanks, Brian, for the comment. Sick photos. That is cool. Yeah, he's super excited about it. He's a freshman in college. And so we wanted to, this is an idea that I've had for a couple of weeks, but trying to find some time for Noah to join with me is always a little bit of a challenge. But there's another guy that you've covered there as well. Let's show a photo of him there. And who's this now?
So this is Carson McCusker, second call-up by the Twins. Was actually waiting a long time for this to happen. He also had a similar journey to Fitzgerald. He's 27 now, so been in the minors for quite a bit, but he is a beast. If the Twins had needed a bat with their offensive struggles, they should have called this guy up months ago. 10 homers, 30 RBIs in the minor leagues this season. Absolute beast. I call him the St. Paul Aaron Judge. He looks just like him. He's hitting the ball like Aaron Judge has. I think he's going to be great for the Twins. I was at the last game where he was actually doing this home run trot. I was talking to my buddy who's a photographer there. We were taking pictures together. He's a Yankees fan. And he comes to the box, he's like, this is Aaron Judge? Who is this guy? Absolutely cranks it like a 430-foot blast. And I'm like, I'm telling you, he's got to go up to the Twins. And then, this was his last game with the Saints. So, really cool timing.
Well,
it was really cool
because isn't he like 6'8"?
Yeah, he's 6'8".
He's 6'8", outfielder, corner outfielder, right? And I think he was hitting 350 when he got called up with 10 homers, 30 RBI, or whatever that his exact numbers were. But just raking the ball, nice right-handed bat, right-handed power bat to add to their lineup. That is something that the Twins really need. So adding him to this team is hopefully he gets enough at bats like Cody Clemens did to really be able to show what he can do, because it's when guys are not highly touted, they don't get as much or as many opportunities to stick around. For sometimes a player that hits really well at AAA and then they get a chance to come up, they only get probably about 25, 30 at bats before the team has to make a decision on, okay, do we keep him up here? Do we send him back down? Is there a role for him? Because the difference in between AAA and the major league team is really kind of paper thin. And unless you've earned that time in the majors, you get bounced back and forth, and especially at 26. And he just turned 27, right, within the last week or so, I think is what I had heard. But so that's our Saints spotlight for the week. So we got some guys for you to keep an eye on as you're checking out those games. So thanks so much for joining, Noah. I really appreciate it. And if you have any other questions about St. Paul Saints or anything like that, make sure that you throw those comments in the chat. And thanks again. Really appreciate you joining me. And there's something else I was going to say, but anyway, it's really cool how when you post some of your photos on your Instagram page, that you tag the Saints and players see that and they reach out to you. And it didn't Fitzgerald also pay you for some of those photos?
Yeah. So he reached out to me. Yeah. And he paid for some of the photos. I sent him a folder on, and I'm like, I got you all season. He's like, sweet, thanks. He said, I'm the man. Sweet. That's a really cool experience. Calling back like a big leaguer now too. Really
cool. Exactly. Seeing these guys that are professional baseball players, and you loved baseball growing up, and just like I did. So to see and to be able to interact with guys that are getting paid to do this for a living is really a pretty cool thing. So again, thanks for stopping in, and we're going to continue on with our show as Noah's going to really step away, and let's chat a little bit about the Minnesota Frost. Okay. So Minnesota Frost, women's PWHL, Minnesota women's hockey team made it to the championship round finals against the of the Walter Cup. So it's really awesome to see them going on, and they're taking on the Ottawa Charge, which did finish ahead of them in the standings. The Ottawa Charge won the first game 2-1. So it was a really defensive battle. They won in overtime. So it was, I think it was like 3 minutes into overtime that they scored, but it was a really close game. Like there wasn't much scoring going on at all. Like it was 1-1 at the end of regulation. I think the first goal wasn't scored until Ottawa scored first in the second period, and then the Frost tied it up in the third. So now they're playing again tonight, and just to give you an update on that, it is their second intermission. It's still 0-0. Crazy. That nobody has scored, because the Frost that really do have some really good players. Taylor Heisey, who was the one that scored the winning goal against Toronto in overtime of Game 4 of their series to advance to the Walter Cup Finals. Again, she's been great this year, really doing a fantastic job. So hopefully they'll be able to pull out that second goal here pretty soon, or first goal, and get on the board. But so far in the game, Ottawa's completely outshot Minnesota 24-9. Minnesota has drawn 3 penalties, so they've been on the power play 3 times, but have yet to capitalize. Ottawa just had 1 power play opportunity, but the shots on goal has been totally dominated by Ottawa. First period, they outshot Minnesota 8-3. Second period, 16-6 for a 24-9 shot on goal difference so far with that game. So keep our fingers crossed that they're going to be able to come back and pull out that victory. But thanks everyone for tuning in. That is the end of my show. Really appreciate you tuning in. We'll be back on again next Thursday, 7 p.m. Central, here on the Bold North Breakdown. We'll definitely have some discussions about where we're at in the Western Conference Series and the Timberwolves season. We'll talk a little bit more about where the Twins are at, how are they going, how is where are they at, where the injury is going to be at. Yeah, like, again, where's this season going? So, looking forward to seeing where all of that goes. For those of you that are going to be out celebrating this Memorial Day weekend, please be safe and take care of yourselves. And just don't make any stupid mistakes. If you're going to be having an adult beverage or two, make sure that you have a designated driver to get you back to where you need to go. So, again, thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks to all of our sponsors: Planet Jerky, Vital Apparel, Seal the Deal Wax Seals. Again, all of the shows that we had on tonight. We had Wine with DMV, Mike Pat from covers everything in the Maryland area. Check out his show. Gritsville, USA, with Christian Harvey. Everything Detroit, Michigan related. He's got it covered. So make sure you check out all those shows. You can find us all on iesportsradio.com, but also on YouTube at IE Sports Radio. Like and subscribe, please, to the channel. If you do end up subscribing, make a note on one of my shows here that you're joining because of the Bold North Breakdown. I'd love to. We'd love to have more people subscribing to that station and to the channel. We've got so many great shows that it's definitely worth your time. You can find everybody. We've got so many great things going on. Really exciting for a future for everything that we've got going on. So please check it out. Thanks for tuning in to my 20th episode, and also. Again, happy anniversary to IE Sports Radio. 12 years now. I know the intro earlier said 11, now 12. Last week was the 12-year anniversary. So take care, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. Be safe, and we'll see you next week. You're watching Bold North Breakdown with Glen Ritter on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.